Okay, so this is Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Trilogy, finally released on Blu-ray with the advent of today being December 4th, the release of The Dark Knight Rises. And so this is a great price box set. First off, there is the Christopher Nolan compilation that's out there, and you get, I believe, like Batman Begins and Inception, all those other wonderful films. But if you want specifically Batman, in this case, you get that. And I actually posted a review on Amazon the other evening about The Dark Knight Rises. And this is not the greatest camera. My normal filming camera, I believe, has been pawned or stolen or something. And you can see first off on the back, it mentions all 3 films that you'll be getting if you purchase this. And it's available at the nice price of about 27, 28, maybe 30 bucks for the time being. But I've seen it go as high as $50. I've been to a few stores today trying to locate it, get the best price. I also ordered it online, but I found it in store and canceled my order. So it also comes with the ultraviolet copy, and a lot of people are unfamiliar with what that means, and that's a digital copy, and right here you'll even see it says redemption deadline December 4th, 2014. I thought it was going to be actually today. Interesting. So this camera again is not the greatest for focusing, and I say let's open it up, let's see what's in here. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Trilogy. Do it up. Okay, so with the shrink wrap removed, you're going to be noticing this little part fluttering, and that's just like a little pseudo slipcase, little backing part, and it's just discussing again all the content you'll be getting here, so you can just take that right off. So this is a really nice box to be holding all the content, and it houses a decent amount for the price. And you'll be seeing the modern day Batman logo on the back, and what's so important about this is it gives you an idea of what the films are about. If you were to see Batman Begins, it dealt with this logo being kind of detailed with bats flying around it. It's meant to be kind of intimidating, like fearful. And Batman Begins is about Bruce Wayne literally becoming Batman, the origins, and it's shown in such a cinematic way that you kind of forgive them for not having it being a complete Batman film. It's, kind of 1/3 Bruce Wayne, 1/3 Bruce Wayne deciding who Bruce Wayne wants to be, and 1/3 Batman, The second film, The Dark Knight, it's dealing with chaos, and that's where Heath Ledger's Joker comes in. Everybody talks about him versus Bane, who's the better villain. Well, they're both good for what they do, and they're completely different. The Dark Knight deals with chaos, and this picture would be represented, and is represented in The Dark Knight with flames. It's chaotic, it's sporadic. And The Dark Knight Rises deals with pain, and that's the shattering glass to represent again this image. And so that's a really good shortened explanation of what the films are. Bruce Wayne is always having a conflict within himself. He seems like a person who's not going to get a happy ending, and there is no campy sidekick with him. There's no Joel Schumacher level of campiness here. Bane isn't a pseudo Mexican wrestler. He is not jacked on Venom. This is a guy who worked out a lot. He is intimidating. He doesn't have a six-pack. It's not some sprayed-on thing. He's muscular. He looks beefed. It looks like he took a lot of protein shakes, and that's intimidating. Tom Hardy's performance in the film really details the eyes, as Christopher Nolan said, and that's a great way to say it. Now, you get a 64-page colored booklet. It's really pretty nice, and it just highlights some of the cool stuff from behind the scenes, and it just reacquaints you with 2005 Batman Begins all the way up to now. So also what you get is the slip for the ultraviolet. That's not saying much. This slip, which I have no idea what it does entirely, one day. And of course the main feature, 5 discs, all Blu-ray, obviously, and a couple hours of bonus features. Again, the movie's effects are not really digital. It's real good film. That football stadium blowing up for the trailers for The Dark Knight Rises, that actually occurred. They contacted a team and they blew it up. So it's not complete CGI green screen left and right. The Dark Knight Rises, there's that IMAX opening, and that's why I thought it was so integral for people to go out and see it in theaters. If they could see it in IMAX, it's a slightly different format for the screen size, shape, you know, so it may transition to a little bit of an awkward viewing for the film. I can't really say quite yet. I want to give it a few views, you know. But the point I'm getting at is you see these people dangling from a plane. That's all really going on. They're just being kind of tethered, and it looks unbelievable, and it seems unbelievable, and yet it's meant to be tied to a world that is meant to be believable, and you believe it, you accept it. And that's what's really great about this trilogy, is that sense of realism, and yet there's still some mythology, some lore to be found, some questions not completely answered, some bits are ambiguous, and other times they kind of force feed information down your throat. A lot of disposition, a lot of exposition, but whatever. It's a great film, all three of the films in fact, and this is a great way to introduce yourself to the series. If you've been just hearing people talk about it, you want to see the Avengers, you haven't seen the new Batman, in fact you haven't seen any Batman, there you go. You saw Batman Begins in 2005, you want the full deal, you want to see how Bruce Wayne evolved as a character, you want to see Anne Hathaway take on Selina Kyle, who is not technically Catwoman in the third film, go for it. Heath Ledger did an amazing performance, all the villains were amazing. Scarecrow keeps making his way into each film. You pretty much know what you're getting here, but for the price it's hard to argue. I recommend it. If you're gonna go out there day one and buy The Dark Knight Rises, you might already have the other films, but if you don't, for 30 bucks, and even if you do, go ahead and buy this. Again, this is my recommendation. This is a 5 out of 5 for me. This is, again, Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Trilogy. Do it up.